Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. chance to be ruthless. That is your chance to be ruthless. That is your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
That is your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make
Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Hopefully, you guys are having a great morning time. A great morning time. Check, 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 check. My mic says I'm working. Am I 5x5? Oh my God, I'm already a quarter inch into my fresh cup of coffee, and it is so good this morning. I don't know why, but the coffee maker is just making some really good coffee this morning. All right, so let's go ahead and knock it out. Rose first. Bradley Collins. Choo, Kim. Casey Kim. Casey Kim. Back in the fold. You are deterred. That's right. Let's see here. A quick admin note, guys. If you guys missed out yesterday and your members, I'm sorry, but it was announced. It was announced. We did have a YouTube membership Discord live get together. We do it every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we did give away something, and Tina Price won it. Tina, she won it. Oh, Tina. I'm not even sure if she's in here. I got to go through the list. And it's going to go, I got to cover these addresses. It's going to go out tomorrow. And no, actually it's going out today, right after this live stream, because I gotta get the car packed up. Going to North Carolina this weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and so if I'm not a member of the members program, you don't know, and you can't win. You can't win. It's that easy. All right, let's see here. We got Casey Kim, West Virginia Peppy Soup. Light Raider was there last night. Good to go. Not a sponsor was there as well. Good morning. Thanks, Local Pepper, for the Discord message. Yet notifications for you haven't showed up. Yes, the notifications did go out. They fired on my side once I went live. I might actually start doing that where I crank it up instead of 5 minutes before. Actually, I normally do like 3 minutes before. I might start doing it 10 minutes before. And if that's the case, then I will actually add some different music so you don't go crazy from hearing the same thing over and over. Ian, good morning. Ian was there. We got letter Loretta. Good morning. Let's see here. Light Raider. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Was it Canada? I received a notification for the live Grumpy Acres Farm. That intro music is very Gen Z. Have you listened to the lyrics? They're pretty freaking awesome. Let's see here. Leia Bobega. Leia Bobega, Banana Fana Fofana. I like your name, Leia. Good morning and welcome to the live stream. Grumpy says there are 10 watching. Oh, you're looking for thumbs up. Thank you very much. Where are we at here? Grumpy 16 now. Bird ladies in the house. Good. Hey, good. What's up, girl? What's going down? Crayon eaters unite. Just Michelle says, oops, I checked. Cook perishables. Don't consider some people don't live near a water source. Both are critical. Yeah, I noticed as soon as you guys like pay attention when I talk about stuff because it was like 9 votes, 100% secure water immediately. But we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. We're going to talk about some variables today. Let's see here. Grumpy says, form a libo pass shape of floor buffer. Okay. Rose says, did you get soaked this morning? Okay, I got the 5x5s. Bradley Collins says, good talk last night. Sorry, I was just in spirit. Yeah, no worries, bro. I mean, real life will always take priorities. Real life will always take priorities. But let your wife know that it will not be tolerated every freaking Thursday. Now you know that. Okay. So, I was kind of inspired by this article. So I read an article that was titled How to Survive the First 7 Days of a Blackout. And, it offered practical, kind of a day by day guide drawn from real life prolonged power outages. The scenario unfolds, and this is going to be scenario based. So what I want you guys to do is, well, I'll tell you what the plan is here in a second, okay? But it's going to be scenario based, so you're actually going to have to pay attention, okay? So the scenario unfolds in a city where an ice storm has crippled the eastern third of the power grid, leaving residents to fend for themselves amid supply chain disruptions and labor shortages. The following breakdown highlights key strategies and insights to help anyone navigate the first week of such a crisis. Based on the experiences documented in that journal of an individual living at the edge of a wilderness park. So now you have all of the variables. And of note, I have a little bit of experience doing this. The longest I ever went was 9 days in my civilian life. In back at home on the homestead was the longest was 9 days. Obviously, in the military, we went forever without power, but I somehow survived. I somehow survived. Looks like Cuck showed up. What's going on, bro? Watching from the People's Republic of Michigan, feeding 6,000 cows. See, I know he's not watching; he's just listening. But I still appreciate you, bro. All right, so let me take a sip. Let me take a sip of this glorious black gold. It's throat soothing, ever warming liquid. All right, so here's the plan. Here's the plan, guys. I'm going to read one day at a time. And with each day, I want you to comment on that day and tell me what you have done and the mistakes that they or you had made. Looking at the chat very briefly, let's see here. That could happen in Michigan's upper and UP and upper lower, upper lower, upper lower, upper lower. Let's see here. The floor buffering was just a jarhead comment. I knew that. I went 20 during Hurricane. There you go, Bird. There you go. Bird lady, we went 20 during Hurricane Helene. Yeah, I know people have had it worse than me as far as power outages, but I want people to understand that I know what this story is about. So, with that said, everybody pay attention because here we go. There will be a test after this. So there will be a quiz after today's assignment. All right, let's see. Day one. Securing water and power basics. The individual quickly realized the urgency of securing water as news reports confirm the blackout may last several days. Living at the end of a municipal water line, they anticipate a rapid loss of pressure and promptly fill their bathtub and every available jug. This foresight ensures a supply of drinking, washing, and manually flushing toilets for at least a few days. Meanwhile, stores see a rush of panic buyers, but they chose to stay home, focusing instead on preparing their house. By late afternoon, the water pressure fails as neighbors return from shopping, validating their action. Cell signals also drop, likely due to affected towers, rendering their phone hotspot useless. From their camping gear, they retrieve their flashlights and a power station, which retains 77% charge from a prior recharge. Fortunate habit after their last trip. Okay, so this is where you guys put something in there about the day one and the things that we've been talking about. I'm going to go to the chat here right now. Bradley says, I think I made it 3 days in a snowstorm. We had 7 people sharing a single living room, blankets everywhere, one small kerosene heater, cold but survived. All right, Light Raider says cold food is okay. Cold coffee is not good. Yeah, see, that's where you got to get your brain in the right space, man. Cold coffee is just one step away from being iced coffee. Ah. All right, let's see here. What's Virginia Pappy says rain collection for potable water. And Bradley says, a correct Light Raider. I completely agree. Grumpy says, day one. I'm a big fan of the bathtub bladders that hold between 65 and 100 gallons of water. Nice. Okay. And I will comment as well myself. One of the big things that I thought didn't make a lot of sense was their charger or their battery backup, how it only maintained 77% of the charge, even though they had recharged it after their last camping trip. Modern like things like oh, I'm losing my damn mind. The Jackeries, things like the Jackeries. Hold on, let me show you. I got 2 over here. I charge them up probably once every 4 or 5 months. And if I turn it on, let's see here. Display, 100%. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that because of the camera type. 100%. Haven't touched it in about 5 months. So I don't know what kind of systems they're using, but they're El Crapos. So I guess you get what you pay for. All right, let's see here. I'm not seeing a lot of activity in the chat. Our chat rate is 3, which is not bad. But we're going to go ahead and move on to day number 2. And if anything rolls, well, easy to make hot coffee with a pour over coffee dripper. Mine is collapsible. There you go, Just Michelle. And Rose says, I'll take cold coffee over iced coffee any day. It's too sweet. I prefer black coffee. Me too. Me too. You can't see it, can you? Yeah, that's oh, there it is. I like my coffee black. Oh, let's see here. I charge all my Bofang radios every weekend and my shortwave radio receiver every weekend. Yeah, unfortunately, you have enough radios, you end up with like a station that you've set up, like a little corner of a shelf or whatever. And it's like you're just constantly walking past it, like, okay, I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to put that one in. Bofangs are notoriously really good for their battery life, untouched. So that's interesting. Burley Speaks says, day one, fill a bathtub. Jugs, 5-gallon buckets for animals. Fill outside pools for animals. To ponds clear. Keep trail to ponds clear. Oh, keep the trail to the pond clear. Gotcha. I found a jackery with a panel on market space. Nice. Nice. Let's see here. Percolator. Oh, percolator. I got a campfire percolator. There you go, West Virginia Pappy. Nice. Nice. Okay, so we talked about day one. I think day one, everybody's like, la, la, la. Kids are playing in the yard like they're supposed to all the time, but there's nothing to do, so they're playing in the yard, and the parents are saving and charging their iPods and stuff. iPod, right? There's no more iPods. Charging up their little tablets so they can play on them and bleep 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 at night so they don't go crazy. And so that's pretty much day one. That's pretty much day one. Grumpy says, y'all would be over 6 feet tall if you didn't drink coffee. It stunts your growth. Well, I've been drinking coffee since I was like 14, so I should be a giant right now. I should be a giant. All right, let's go ahead and roll into day number 2. Here we go, guys. Hopefully you got your pencils and your logbooks ready to take down all this massive knowledge and formulate in your brain housing group exactly what you're supposed to be doing on day 2. So remember, it's also about identifying these people's mistakes that you feel they made. There's no wrong answer here. There's no wrong answer here. All right, let's see here. Day number 2, managing food and warmth. Just boil water for instant coffee. There you go. Instant coffee is freeze-dried coffee. It will last forever. You take care of it. By the second day, the refrigerator's limited cold retention, typically 4 to 6 hours, becomes evident. The individual transfers what they can to a chest freezer, which might hold for. Oh, whoa. I was trying to talk through that one, but it wasn't having it. All right, so the individual transfers what they can to a chest freezer, which might hold 24 to 36 hours or up to 72 hours if packed efficiently. To prevent waste, they host a cookout with thawed meat, opting for a charcoal grill to preserve propane reserves. The house grows unexpectedly cold, prompting them to consolidate everyone into the downstairs family room for shared warmth. An attempt at a ceramic pot handle heater proves ineffective. So they switched to a portable propane heater used for ice fishing, which adequately warms the space. They used the power station to run lights, and a fan for white noise drops the charge to 48% by morning. Connecting to a 100-watt solar panel yields only a slow trickle charge under cloudy skies. And go. I'm going to read some stuff that just came in here a second ago. Let's see here. Grumpy says, Ian says, I don't start drinking coffee until I was 30. I'm over 6 foot tall. Holy crap. You would be a giant. You would be a giant just like me, man. You would be like, "Grr." All right. Grumpy says, so you stopped growing when you started drinking it. I can't even do that face. Is that how you gotta like go like this, and you gotta go like this, and you gotta go. Don't worry, I'm back. Stupid work getting in the way. That's stupid work. Oh my God. Oh my God. And while I'm waiting for you guys to type something, that in response to day number 2, I forgot that not a sponsor had shared his camera system with us last night. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail, but let's say there's a buttload of money involved in that system. That is for sure. All right, so I still have nothing on day 2. On day 2. Okay, so Bird Lady says day 2, could they keep food outside in snow to preserve? Absolutely. Absolutely. If there was snow or if it was just plain but cold, yes. Believe it or not, they used to make uh um basically they just metal boxes, okay, something an animal couldn't get into, a very 1920s version of what we would call a bear box, um, but it was basically just a metal box. It was like about this big and about that deep, and it was almost like a metal foot locker, and you basically during the wintertime or the cold, you would keep all your food that needed to be refrigerated, if not frozen, inside that box, and you just left it in your yard, and it would get cold enough because it's metal that it would just be constantly cold. Let's see here. Let's see here. Is that realistic? It's very realistic. It's very realistic. Cindy says, yes, Bird Lady, it would keep in a cooler outside. Yes, yes. And unless the critters wanted it, because the critters will eat a cooler. I've seen it. Bury a cooler or put up high. There you go, Cindy. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. Good to see you. Need more panels. Absolutely, 100%. Also, the modern panels now will kind of give you a halfway decent charge even in cloudy skies. These modern folding panels, specifically the ones that are made by Jackery. And I've also started to see. Did you guys know? Did you guys know that? What is it? Harbor Freight has started to market their own Jackeries. They're not made by Jackery that I know of, but they're starting to market their own Jackeries, and or portable power systems, and also foldable solar panels. I think the one I saw was 100 watt. The boxes that I saw was one was a 300 and one was a 1000. But the 1000s are having real problems. Like this is all almost pre-production. They're just literally throwing a few out to different places to see if people will buy them. So good for that because we all know if you guys didn't know, the Predators are actually a pretty good brand to buy as far as generators go. So I would think, and Harbor Freight is known for basically being a class act. I would be paying attention to that. Let's see here. Let's see. Grumpy says day two multiple freezers are an issue here. Have a plan on canning stuff in bulk and turning stuff into dog food. Yes, absolutely. Any plan is a plan. Bird Lady speaks. Day two makes no sense to hold a cookout in the cold. I think that was their mistake. Yeah, I mean, I think it's situational. I think it's situational, but I think the general idea is that it was be an opportunity to well, one, you could cook the food. You always get rid of your perishables first, but you would have the opportunity to cook that food, but you would also have the opportunity to create a little bit of community. Now, the drawback is that people might go, oh wow, and then oh, by the way, they've got food here. But you could easily sell it as, hey, this is like the majority of our food, but it's going to go bad, so we figured we'd have a cookout and share it. And then that's your opportunity to have a little bit of community going on there. Let's see. Rose says, been drinking coffee since was about 4, made it to 5'10", but nature was caught up with me and now half lost about 5 inches. Let's see here. Cindy says, can over open fire if possible. That's tricky. That's tricky. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's tricky. Um, West Virginia Pappy, smoke meat. If you got a smoker, there you go. You could smoke that meat. Grumpy says the missus has a 41 quart canner and a 38 quart one. Nice. Um, Bird Lady says, Grumpy, I'm getting away from freezers as well. Mason jars have gotten so expensive, so I'm looking into dehydrating and freeze drying as well. I canned so much last year. There you go. I saw a review of their Predator line solar generators. Was it any good, Ian? Was it any good? Because I hadn't seen anything about it. I was just taking about. I found out about it last weekend when I went there, and they literally only had two 300s to sell. They didn't even have a one. They had 1,000 strapped down. It was a display model. Nice Grumpy. I have that one. Does 20 pints plus 30 gallons steel. Okay, you guys are talking about appliances. We are constantly butchering animals for the table. Need freezer space right now. Oh boy. I think the idea behind having multiple freezers is a great idea, because I see freezers as it's another piece or capability within preparedness. Because let's face it, because we might can meat, but that canned meat is not going to taste the same as some frozen meat. And that's not going to taste the same. That's going to taste closer to fresh meat. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of think that having frozen meat is the easiest, most effective way to prepare without the least the Ziploc bag meat, chop, chop, chop meat, Ziploc, meat, Ziploc, meat, Ziploc, roll. In the freezer it goes. It didn't take me 30 minutes to warm the water up, and it didn't take me 90 minutes at 250 degrees, and then cooling off, and there's like so many steps. But so I think that is something that we should actually be doing a little bit more of, I think. Let's see here. Amish do it, and I have helped keeping hot enough to boil water in is the key to constant boil. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. Um, I did. I think it's. I think it's great. I think it's great. Um, Let's see. I'm in the perfect location to test solar panels in cloudy conditions. Live in 25 to 30 miles east of Lake Michigan, especially in the winter months. Gotcha. You need a lot of panels if you want to operate like that. Rose says, if canning over open fire, need to keep fire concentrated so you can maintain your rolling boil for the time needed. Provide wind blocks. There you go. Let's see here. My short queen. Okay. Thawing, not throwing. Kirby says, Bird Lady brings up a good point. Get ahead of the situation by diversifying your food storage options. Suburban Prepper showed up. What's going on, Broseph? That is why every prepper needs a freeze dryer ASAP. I think that that's an okay thing. I think that's an okay thing, but you know, I don't know that if the juice is worth the squeeze, because you know what? If the power goes out, then you're not freeze drying anything. If you had bought freeze dried stuff, then you're golden. But I still think, once again, it's another tool. It's like a freezer. You know what I'm saying? It's another tool, yeah, that's in your pantry. It's another variable for food security. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if I had a dryer, I'd probably freeze dry some stuff. By the way, I bought some. Where's it at? I want to tell you guys. Ah, So you guys saw the video. If you haven't seen the video, you go look for it. You saw the video where we did the comparison on these two companies. Yeah, their hamburgers suck. But well, this company's hamburgers were freaking awesome. And so I actually bought free sirloin steaks. I'm gonna cook some steaks next week. Like cook some steaks for lunch. We're gonna see if this company is juice is worth the squeeze or not. If it's anything like their hamburgers, it's going to be just fine. Okay, let's see. You guys are Soylent Green isn't very vegan. All right, you guys are maxing this out. I love this. Um, I love you guys. Great, you got the chat rate up to 4. That has not happened in quite a while. So let's go ahead and move on to day 3 because we're almost halfway through the live stream, and you know what happens. Let's see what do we got? A regular dehydrator without power, use window screens and put inside a vehicle that heats in the sun. There you go. Have to subscribe, certain prepper. I have a freezer dryer, but haven't used it yet. There we go. All right, so rolling on to day number 3. Day number 3 is titled Boosting Morale. On the third day, the individual improvises a morning coffee routine by boiling water on the charcoal grill and pouring it over grounds in their coffee maker, easing a persistent headache and restoring a sense of normalcy. The children initially excited by the camping at home concept grow restless, signaling a dip in morale. The counter to counter this, they rig a camping shower kit in the upstairs bathroom, heating water on the grill for brief showers that lift everyone's spirits. That evening, they connect the power station to an old laptop for a family movie night, offering a welcome distraction and reinforcing a sense of togetherness amid ongoing or on amid like a burp was trying to come amid the ongoing disruption. And go day 3. Day 3. You guys are like writing stuff. You're not even paying attention to me right now. I can tell. I can tell. Use broth to rehydrate meat makes it yummier. I may do that this time, but I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want the. Um, you know what I may do? I may rehydrate one with broth and then the other with water. And when now, kind of got me going here because I might want to rehydrate. I don't know if rehydrating it with bone broth would make it even better because I don't know if the freeze dried meat is porous enough that it would actually absorb what's in the broth. Doomsday Queen, what's up, lady? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. If you guys didn't know this, Doomsday Queen is she's kind of a big TikTok girl, but she is trying to make her way here on YouTube. So if you guys have not seen her channel, please go there and check her out. She is a live streaming fool. And she's actually brought a lot of her videos, her full length videos from TikTok over to YouTube. So it's pretty interesting to see. And she's like a real live homesteader, not a joke. And she likes guns. Let's see here. Not a sponsor. Chicken broth steaks actually sounds kind of good. Okay. I didn't think about them coming about. Well done, Grumpy. Okay. Cindy says sodium main issue depending on the broth. Okay. Let's see here. Would you mind hitting day three for me again? Yeah, sure. Let me read day three again. All right. So day three. Let me put on my best. Since I did it in a more of a Captain Kirk voice, let me do it in a more like I don't know, boosting morale. No. On the third day, the individual improves or improvises a morning coffee routine by boiling water on the charcoal grill and pouring it over grounds in their coffee maker, easing a persistent headache and restoring a sense of normalcy. The children, initially excited by the camping at home concept, grow restless, signaling a dip in morale. To counter this, they rig a camping shower kit in the upstairs bathroom, heating water on the grill for brief showers that lift everyone's spirits. That evening, they connect the power station to an old laptop for a family movie night, offering a welcome distraction and reinforcing a sense of togetherness amid ongoing disruptions. All right. So, what are we doing about day three, guys? Rehydrate steak season after patting dry. There you go. Suburban prepper, delicious. Rehydrate the beef with some kind of bacon grease. It's delicious. Bacon. Oh man, I want to taste a steak. I don't want to taste bacon. Arr, you're just like putting bacon on everything, man, which is I like, but I'm not going to do that. Puzzle books also on day three. Okay, so like hardcore books. All right, let's see here. Rose says, fill those of fill those of us with gas stoves will fare better than those with electric cooking if natural gas can convert to propane. Have been picking up propane tanks. There was a long time. So the last stove that I bought, we bought it was basically my last wife, and she always wanted one of those stoves that is like a stove top. It's like the elements glow through the glass type of heating. Um, and so we ended up getting that. What I always wanted to do is I wanted to always get a propane stove, or just a gas stove, and then I always wanted to have a backup, like a little 25-pound can underneath my sink with a valve in the line, and all I had to do is like turn it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could make it a T valve, and that way you could like turn it off if you wanted to, but you would also have the ability to get into that propane, that 25 can of 25-pound can of propane underneath the sink. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to do that. Oh, let's see here. Looks like you guys put some stuff in there. Journaling notebook, handheld plus books. For those with us with gas stoves. We did that one already. I wasn't impressed with the eggs from freeze-dried wholesaler. I'm sorry to hear that, Denise. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to find out myself. I'm going to find out myself. I think that's for another video. I'm not about like saying one company's better than the other, unless I know it for a fact through my own experience. But I wasn't impressed with their hamburgers, but they might have great sausages. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. All right, let's see. Bird Lady Speaks says day three. As someone who doesn't have children, I think the movie night was a waste of power. I got you. I think that that movie night probably could have been done on a tablet instead of an old laptop because it has its own power and it lasts much longer. You can watch probably 5 or 6 movies on a laptop. I'm sorry, on a tablet, on a modern tablet. Let's see, and they probably should have had that just for that particular purpose too. Let's see here. Cuckvy says, day three, you better have patrols set up and security. The rest of the natives will start to be getting restless with no power, no meals for 3 days. Riots break out, according to the government. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that you want to be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people water, food, and security in that order. After everything after that is gravy. You know, everything after that is you're moving away from survival and into thrival. Grumpy says, damn, there's a lot of things in here. Rose 100%. Most propane companies keep customers tanks between 40 and 60% rationed that would last over a year. Yes, Miko says, "Hey, Miko, good to see you, bro. Sounds like everybody's getting ready for summer love this year. It's only going to happen in major cities." Well, I don't know, man. The crazies have a plan. They're not telling everybody, and they're coordinating and preparing. And you never know; they might show up at the local Piggly Wiggly and start acting stupid. Now, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it for all you card carrying communists and socialists out there that maybe listen to this live stream that want to wear scarves on your face and pretend that you're rebellious rebels of the whatevers. You're gonna have a bad day if you decide to protest a local Piggly Wiggly. Because I tell you what, Grandpa will show up and he will blow your brains out. Lack of better words. Um, can I give an FYI financial tip today? Yeah, sure, sure. Hopefully, maybe you have already. I don't know. Grumpy says, how do you weigh your gray man aspect again, looking like a porcupine, not to be trifled with? Uh, Cindy, day three. Where we? Damn, that scrolled really fast. Day three for cards. Have a book of card games plus Uno or something similar. Puzzles can be done alone or together. Nice. That's right. The just games that you have to play with your brain and your hands are always the best. No batteries required. Denise says the sausage was good. Of course, if I was starving, I would eat them. Exactly, exactly. You know, I always try to remind people that when they're eating these foods, that there's a difference between survival food and food that you'll thrive on. And if it's 20 years old and it goes in your gullet and it makes you feel better, then it doesn't really matter how it tastes. Let's see here. Doomsday says, remember Whole Foods? You need to season how you like them. Yes, yes. Seasoning is important. Day three, work on freezer and fridge meals. Save MREs for last. Very correct. Miko says, country people and the southern people, they don't put up with no BS. They'll put them down. Just saying, y'all. Let's see here. Vegan says, get that. What's up, Vegan? What's going on, bro? Get that credit up. Yes, yes. Well, just get out of debt. Just get out of debt as rapidly as possible. Um, let's see here. Rose says, I spent a week without power in Metro Detroit back in the 90s. Fortunately, it was spring/summer. We had a lot of kids or similar ages kept busy outdoors. Yes. And kids playing in the city will keep the crime away too, because nobody wants to be like, you know, recognized by Bobby from the corner. Bradley says, how many days does the XRP last? No power, no money, no money, tight, no money, right, not tight. There you go. Um, let's see here. Grumpy Acres Farm says, FYI, all Americans sun ovens are a great off-grid cooking solution year round, and they do not give off those tasty cooking smells that draw hungry natives. Yes, yes. Oh, and what's funny too, because I talked to Tad, and I don't think he owns that company anymore. But yes, there's one in my basement just waiting for the sun to come out so I can make my world famous um, roast. Roast. I love me. Just all you got to do is just you chop up some taters and you chop up a little bit of not a lot of celery. I don't like a lot of celery, but you got to put some carrots in there and some onions. You get yourself a nice, very veiny, not veiny, fatty roast, and you put that right on the top, and you just spice all the hell of it, and you close it up and put it in the sun for like 8 hours, and it's like nothing you've ever tasted before in your life. You cannot overcook it. It's so delicious. Let's see. Day three, have an efficient day to get kids active. There you go. Fish. That's a great idea, Bird Lady. Plus, it will be food for later. Nice. And Cindy says, nice grumpy, yes, to solar oven or cook to boil. To put the basket wrapped in blanket to continue cooking slowly. Okay. Prepper Camp Chili. There you go. Oh, West Virginia Pappy knows something. He's knows something about my world famous Prepper Camp Chili. By the way, for those of you that may have tickets to Prepper Camp right now. Be aware that the fire has moved even closer to that valley. We've got an update from Jester this morning about something called where's it at here? The Black Cove Complex fire. I don't know if you can see that or not. Black Cove Complex fire. And that is currently 70% contained, and that is in Saluda, North Carolina. So I would keep an eye on that if you've already bought tickets, because I know he likes to start selling tickets like, the event goes in September. He likes to start selling tickets in November. But yeah, it's something. Let's see. There's some people. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in this group. How the smell of food cooking is the hardest. There you go. And wouldn't mind fishing, but unfortunately, most of the waterways near me are catch and release for health reasons. Oh yeah. Doomsday Queen says, "Oh no, that's awful." All right, day 4. Nope. Nope. Wait. We've reached that time. We've reached that time. That time when we have to pay homage to the greatest country on the planet. And if you love, no, I didn't do that right. If you love your country, put a number 1 in the chat. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to talk some smack. I'm going to read you some stuff because this is an educational channel. And yes, I'm going to pay some bills. Because I got to go to my email. I got another email from Refuge Medical, right? I got another email from Refuge Medical. Where's it? Where's that one at? There you go. There you go. Following the March algorithm. Get a little training here. Breaking down the March E algorithm. The M is for massive bleeding. Most people don't realize this, but massive bleeding is the number 1 cause of preventable death in trauma situations. Hey. When when an accident happens, whether it's a car crash, worksite injury, or an act of violence, the biggest threat isn't usually shock or infection, it's blood loss. When every second counts, a person can bleed out in less than 3 to 5 minutes, often faster than emergency responders can arrive. In those critical moments, the difference between life and death isn't just calling 911, it's taking action. But there's a problem. Most people aren't equipped to handle severe bleeding. They rely on basic first aid kits that are missing the most important tools for trauma care. And you should all know exactly what that is. So, with that said, guys, where's it at? Let's see this. Did it transition? It did. Oh, pachoom. Right there. Go to the link in the description. Use code local prepper once you go there, obviously, to find Refuge Medical and blah, 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 and buy their stuff because it's the best medical trauma stuff on the planet. American made, American sourced, American constructed. Americans make it. I hear they have an American bathroom next to the sewing stations. It's all American, guys. All right. So, with that said, find the link in the description. Go find Refuge Medical and buy some good stuff. I got a couple things right over here. I got a couple things right over here from Refuge Medical. All right, let's see here. How did that work out? Because I didn't see a lot. I don't see a lot of ones in the chat. Did I do this too fast or something? Am I too fast from? Oh my God, there are 19 people in here, and the patriotism level is not. It's not entertaining. It's not. There we go. There's a lag. That's it. We're just gonna say there's a lag. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so going to the chat, Grumpy says another off-grid solution is the rock pack, cooking on a rock brought to space age. Interesting. You could build scrubber system for stove exhaust, cutting smell down. Oh, that's true. Let's see here. Bird Lady, that is very fortunate and smart. Hopefully, I'll have that. Okay, first aid is something I don't think much about. I need to step it up. Yes, you do, lady. Yes, you do. Let's see here. Suburban Prepper says this is the exact definition of hemorrhagic or hypervolemic shock. Let's see here. Also, heated rocks. There we go. 420 all day showed up. Go. What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, super lag, super lag. They don't love their country. You guys better get your trash together. That's like one of my monikers. I will stop doing it. You stop. Class participation is required for all grades. All right. Day 5. finding alternatives. On day 5, the individuals struggle to open their garage door manually to access their SUV for a supply run. Big stores and propane exchange services are depleted, but a truck stop yields a 4-pack of 1-pound propane cylinders, enough for about 4 hours of heat each night, and a 150-watt car inverter. This inverter proves a game changer, allowing them to charge laptops and devices via the vehicle, reducing reliance on the power station. These finds these finds highlight truck stops as overlooked resources when conventional outlets run dry, especially for camping style supplies that adapt well to blackout conditions. So day 5 is kicking their ass. They need gas, they need some propane, they need some power. They got to figure this stuff out, and they discover the truck stop. They discovered the truck stop. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Bird Lady, I don't know why you were not in our Discord. I have sent you messages, lady. I have sent you messages. Let's see here. Canada burning if Carney wins, we're finished. Yeah, we were talking to Alrighty about that yesterday, or should I say last night, because he's a member. Ha ha ha. And yeah, he kind of gave us a lowdown. Also, apparently, Orange Man Bad is now turned into Orange Man Terrorist. So I don't know, man. I don't hang around a lot of crybabies. So let's see here. Vegan says, "Where's my participation award?" I don't give away participation awards. Let's see. Suburban Prepper said, I love my God, my family, the state I live in, and then lastly, my nation in that order, but one. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. What day was that? Grumpy Eggers, that was day number 5, titled Finding Alternatives. It's like Bird Lady's typing something here. Day 5, I think it will be dangerous to try to go to the truck stop. Agreed. Day 5, yeah, you're probably, you know, there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said for civility in a nation that has everything. Okay. And, well, the last time I was in a power outage like that, like I said, for 9 days, we never went anywhere. But, we also didn't like hear on the news. I had a whole system, a whole backup power system so that we could like watch the dish TV, right? And we didn't see anything about like people tipping cars over. And so just that assumption that all hell's going to break loose after day 3, take that with a grain of salt. Let's see here. Let's see here. Rose says, if outdoors, dig out shallow pit for the fire, then burnt down, replace sod, sleep on top. That will keep you warm. That's true. Tucson Prepper, I don't recognize you, bro. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm here at 10 a.m. every weekday morning. If you're that hard up on day 5, you're not gonna make it. If it's the real SHTF truth bomb. What do we got here? Why is my phone making noise? It's somebody sending me a message in the middle of the live stream. You guys know I live stream at 10 a.m. Come on. This vegan cookies posting YouTube short. Friday is heating up. All right, I'll look at that later, man. I'll look at that later. Also, Amazon is trying to tell me my cart is full. I guess I better push that button. All right, let's see here. Day 5, put this on repeat. If you're looking for alternatives on day 5, you messed up the approach to the event. I'm gonna Roger aircraft. I need you to go around. You are way off target. Bird Lady Speak says, yes, Ian's store got shut down during Helene. They were charging $40 for cases of water. Ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. That's how you get people to go nuts. That's how you get shot. That's how cashiers and owners of small businesses get shot. What happened in New York City when the last time, a couple times they had blackouts? Honestly, I don't remember because I think the only one that I actually remember was the one that was caused by the tree vine up in Canada that shut down the entire eastern seaboard and people had to walk across bridges to get home. I don't remember anything crazy, but enlighten us if you know something. Let's see here. Maria, good morning. Good morning, Beaverines. I don't know if there's any Beaverines in here, but it is what it is. Most people don't even know what that is. Cindy says, day five, I would be collecting more wood or natural heat sources and setting snares and checking security traps. I need to blend in with others in trouble. We and build up supplies, gather water, etc. So you'd be working your ass on day five. That'd be smart. So you guys got a lot of agreeing going on here. Vegan says, when you keep telling close air support that the target was missed. I know, right? Ah, there is. That's all right. I read around it. I read around it. All right, so gonna move on to day number six. Day number six. This one is called adapting and conserving. A rainstorm on the sixth night fills garden rain barrels, providing non-potable water for flushing and washing, easing pressure on dwindling reserves. The individual grills the last salvageable freezer item, feeding scraps to the dog, and shifts to canned goods like tuna and beans for meals such as tuna mac and cheese and three bean salad. Internet access briefly returns midday but soon fails. Charging the laptop via the SUV inverter preserves the power station's capacity and enables another family movie night, demonstrating how adaptability and a positive outlook help them stretch resources further as the blackout wears on. 7 days to die. All right, guys, what's going on with day six? What's going on with day six? It's titled adapting and conserving. What's happening? What's not happening? What's right? What's wrong? Give me some stuff. Give me some stuff in the chat. I'm gonna sip a little coffee right now and wait for the lag to catch up. Oh yeah, so good. It's so good. And it's so hot. Thank you, Rose. Is it Rose or Cindy that sent me this coffee heater? I always mix you two up and I have no idea why. All right. Seven. Seven. We're not on day seven, West Virginia Pappy. We're on day no, we're on day six. We're on day six. Bum, 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 bum. Rise of the day seven, rise of the zombies. Okay. There will be no there are no zombies in this scenario, 420. I don't care what you smoked this morning for breakfast. Day six. I hope to poop nicely. Well, if you've been eating MREs, that happens on day three. Miko says if you live in suburbia or city by day three, if you don't have a community and stuff gets worse, you better be leaving it. Probably ain't gonna get no better. Could you find in chillin'? Rose sent it. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you. Grumpy says day six. Yeah, in all seriousness, at this point of the event, I am looking for people who realize they messed up and are willing to learn. People whining, stealing, waiting for a government are a liability. Yes, yes, they they either need to go away or they need to be made to go away. There will be no zombies, vegan. We've spoke about this. I have spoken. Bradley says, day six, get as much ahead as you can, or I'm loading up the old shoddy and finishing my story. Vegan says, got the possible posse together on day six. Okay, get the posse together. There you go. Rose says, Rose did. Guess you have too many intelligent ladies listening to. There you go. No, no, no 420. You cannot have any zombies. You are on the wrong YouTube channel. Bird Lady says, day six, use rainwater to refill waters for animals. Yes, absolutely true. 420 says, I never get what I want. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Suburban Prepper says, what I find sad is how gathering your family around a screen for entertainment is a priority instead of a book or just talking. Too many screens to watch junk. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I also think that that's something that has to be fixed pre-crisis, because when I grew up, our babysitter was a TV. It was a latchkey kid. You know, Most people that are Gen X, our babysitter was a TV until we were old enough to be kicked out and told to come back when streetlights come on. So it's different. It's very different generationally, but you know, that's it. That it helps to maintain that sense of normalcy, I think. Vegan Cookie says, have half the posse work to harvest zombie ass jerky and the other half collect vital supply and security. I really don't want to deal with zombies on day 7. Well, you won't have to because they're not a real thing. Please don't try to tell me about the government's plan to deal with zombies because I know the guy who wrote that document. It's a real document. It actually is a battle plan, but it was a test of a new planning technique that they had. And somehow it got out. I found a Velcro patch of a beaverine. Oh, really? Really? Let's see here. My babysitter was the playground, but I'm 54. Well, that's okay, man. That's okay. Let's see. Hey, Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, remember that? Bird Lady Speaks says day 6, dig a latrine since they don't have any more water for flushing. Absolutely. 100%. I think it's a great idea. 100%. Logical. Boom, boom, boom. You get the gold star, lady. You're getting the gold star today. Okay. Day number 7. Day 7, because we're running out of time. The world already is a zombie. Don't need to make them. All right, Gen Xers will be the SHTF warriors. We prepared and wished for it since Mad Max came out. Very true, very true. Day 7, titled Preparing for Power Restoration. On the 7th day, morning, power flickers briefly, triggering beeping appliances before failing again. The individual discovers flipped circuit breakers, resets them, and unplugs sensitive electronics like the refrigerator and TV, leaving only a bathroom light on to test stability. Power returns fully at 5:30 p.m. and holds steady. Those stores remain bare. The radio warns of surges common after prolonged outages, advising that unplugging valuable devices at the outset protects from damage when the grid struggles to handle a sudden demand on restart. All right, let's see here. Going to the chat. You know what? I haven't checked the poll in a while. We got 22 votes. The question is, what is the most critical step in the first 7 days of a blackout? 77% say secure water immediately. 14% say cook all perishable food. 5% say charge devices with solar, and 5% say trade with neighbors. Let's see here. The world already has zombies. We did that. Gen Xers will run the world. Even though no young children in my household, I do have books, paper, and colors available to entertain if needed. Yeah, exactly. You get some freaking, you get the a nuclear family, shows up to your house looking for help, and let's have a conversation, guys. And oh, by the way, kids, here's some coloring books, and they kind of go off into their own little world while you guys have an adult conversation. I think it's a great idea, Rose. Miko says, remember Chainsaw Massacre? Yes. Want some chili. Y'all want some chili? Let's see here. Can we stay on day 7? If I'm digging a latrine, then it's going in the neighbor's yards. Where we at? Suburban Prepper says, I lived in Germany as a dependent in Germany and Korea. They didn't have much AM cartoons on AFN TV back then. AFN always sucked, man. I don't care what year it was. It always sucked. It was just a TV station where we could hear English. It didn't matter where you were. Let's see here. Cindy says, latrine good video on making a septic with a hole, trees, and puck pipe, running it underground from house toilet. Interesting. Ian says, from for the members, I posted a link to in the Discord just for stuffs and giggles. Okay, okay. Thank God, power's back. Amen. We're out here. Vegan Cookie says, day 7, if you need to get supplies, don't wait until you're out. Have some form of water reserve at least. Yes, exactly. That's one thing nobody ever like didn't say. I mean, you guys are playing along with the scenario, but it's like, the power goes out, and now I'm going to refill all of my containers. Why weren't they already full? Hmm. Robbie says day 7, if you're running solar slash Jenny power, be sure you have thrown the main breaker. Should have been done when you realized it was a multiple day event. Absolutely true. Thrift stores for board games. PVC pipe, sorry. Sewage shutoff for municipal sewer. Yeah, West Virginia, Pappy, you and I have talked about this before. It's a great idea that if you live in the city and you are on the municipal sewage system, after about 7 days of that system being ran manually flushed, they're not processing it. Their generators probably run out of power after 3 days, or run out of fuel after 3 days, and they're not processing anything. So it's all going to start to back up, and having a manual shut off in your house that connects you to the municipal sewage system is a great idea. It's a great idea. Let's see here. And I'm just sitting around playing. Tucson Prepper says, and I'm just sitting around playing my Nintendo Switch the whole time. There you go. All right, so let's do some key takeaways. Let's do some key takeaways because obviously the life-changing event has been averted and all souls are saved because the power has came back on. Uh, this conversation is a great advocate for creating a facilities book for your home so that anyone can follow the procedures need to weather something like this. There you go, man. Get to writing. Get to writing. All right, so key takeaways. This experience reveals that surviving a week-long blackout hinges on prudent resource use, and a resilient mindset. Perishable foods demand early consumption or trading, while water and fuel require immediate securing. Replacing small comforts and fostering family and neighborly bonds bolster morale. Truck stops and small hardware stores often hold reserves, while big retailers falter or fail completely. And unplugging electronics preempts surge damage upon power restoration. Now, as usual, you guys know I have to do some kind of expanded recommendations here. Crank up the stereo and fire up the disco ball. Let's see. Your power is back on. Zombies went away. All right. So, based on these accounts, here are some expanded recommendations for surviving a blackout. Each elaborate. We're going to elaborate for practical application. Okay. That's it. Have a great weekend. Preemptive goodbye at stoplight. Oh, he's almost at work, or he's almost wherever he's going. And Bradley, stay out of trouble. All right, first things first, stockpile water strategically. Beyond filling a bathtub, invest in a collapsible 5-gallon water container for each storage and portability. Aim to have 1 to 3 gallons per person per day for drinking and hygiene, plus extra for sanitation. Rotate stock every 6 months to ensure freshness, and consider water purification tablets or a portable filter for emergencies when tap water isn't an option. We all know that you should have the need to have the ability to purify your own water. Next, invest in diverse power solutions. A mid-sized power station between 500 and 1,000 watt hours offers more flexibility than a 300 watt hour unit. Powering essentials like small heaters or medical devices. Pair it with a foldable 200-watt solar panel for faster charging, even in partial sun. Keep a car inverter of 2 to 300 watts. I recommend probably close to 1,000 watts, and a spare car battery on hand, and practice using them beforehand to troubleshoot issues like weak alternator output. The next one is plan food preservation and cooking. Stock a chest freezer with ice packs to extend cooling beyond 36 hours, and prioritize eating high risk perishables, meat, dairy, something like that. And you want to do it within 48 hours. Maintain a 3-month supply of canned goods, proteins like chicken, sardines, legumes, and rotate them into regular meals to keep them fresh. Acquire a dual fuel camp stove, propane or butane, and with extra canisters, and learn to cook one pot meals to conserve fuel and simply clean up. And I'm going to expand on the one pot meal, guys. there's no reason why you can't. A lot of people don't know this, and I don't know why, because probably because they don't want to mess up their slow cookers. You can literally take that ceramic shell that's inside your slow cooker and put it in a bed of coals and slow cook an entire meal in that bed of coals in that cooker. Just saying. Just saying. Let's see here. Prepare for heat and safety. A 20,000 BTU propane heater with a built-in oxygen depletion sensor offers safe, efficient warmth for a small room. Store at least 5 1-pound cylinders per week of expected use. Install battery-powered CO and smoke detectors, or carbon monoxide detectors in every sleeping area, testing them monthly. Insulate windows with thermal curtains or bubble wrap to retain heat, and keep sleeping bags rated at 0 degrees Fahrenheit for extreme cold snaps. Boost morale proactively. Curate a blackout box, cold fingers activated, with board games, books, and battery powered radio for news and entertainment. Test the radio's reception in advance. Practice a weekly no power night to familiarize kids with the setup, reducing anxiety during a real event. Stock comfortable foods like chocolate or dried fruit and plan outdoor activities, weather permitting, to break monotony and encourage physical activity. Build community networks, which nobody does anymore for some reason. Meet neighbors before a crisis to establish trust. Exchange contact info and discuss mutual aid plans, like sharing a generator or tools. Organize a small barter pool of common items, batteries, candles, food, etc., and agree on signals, e.g., like 3 flashing lights for emergencies. Strengthen ties with a local ham radio group for communication if cell networks fail, and learn basic radio operation. And lastly, test and maintain gear. We talked about that briefly when we whipped out that jackery. Conduct a full blackout drill annually. Simulate a 48-hour outage to identify gaps in supplies or skills. Time how long it takes to set up heaters, hook, and charge devices. Charge power stations monthly to 100%, and cycle propane cylinders every 2 years, using old ones for camping or grilling. Keep a checklist of gear, e.g., multi tool, duct tape, headlamps, etc., in a waterproof container, updating it after each test. So, with these expanded strategies, build on this journal's lesson. Okay, offering it offers a robust framework to ensure, or should I say, endure and even thrive during a week-long blackout. Preparation, adaptability, and community provide essential to weathering. Excuse me, weathering the storm. All right, with that said, guys, now is the time for you to put your vote inside of the poll if you have not done that yet. Currently, the question is, what's the most critical step in the first 7 days of a blackout? 81% believe secure water immediately. Yeah, you need to do that. You need to do that. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go through the chat real quick, real quick. I have 1,100 gallons of rainwater stored. By the way, I'm in Alaska. Robin the Garden showed up. That's good. That's good. Let's see here. Have a great weekend off to drive 2,000 miles in 2 days. Yay! That's awful. Miko says, I went to 7 days blackout up to the North Country when ice storm hit. I'm pretty good. It's a country, lot more board games for people. Let's see here. You could take a lesson for people in North Carolina. Got a lot of them still don't have power. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, man. We talked about that yesterday. A start. I might as well build me a swimming pool. Let's see. CDs, long-term food. Stay away from the bucket-style foods. You don't want to be eating dog food in a blackout. That's true. That's true. That's strictly emergency food. That's strictly emergency food. The original slow cooker was a fired clay pot that was placed in coals. This was prior to iron, brass, or copper pots. Correct. Correct. Um, two, four 275 IBC totes piped piped in together. I don't know what that is. In my opinion, every time the power goes out, your mind should start thinking about the power never coming back on. Someday you might be right. There you go, man. Glow sticks to help with the kids. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. I'm going to say this is a good episode today. Well, thank you very much, Suburban. I appreciate you. I like to think every one of my episodes are great. Uh, the morning live streams are all about preparedness. They're all very educationally focused. So if that's what you're into, this is where I'll be. Yeah, I do some crazy ones from time to time. And everything from end of the world to doomsday to bunkers to even political stuff, but the mornings are always going to be about preparedness. Let's see here. Miko says, that's another thing. If you got power, be careful who you let know because you going to have everybody and their uncles trying to charge their cell phones and everything. There you go. I vote local prepper can join my tribe. There you go. There you go. Appreciate it. Rose says can take large leaves and wrap meat, then coat with clay and place it in coals to cook. Leaves will help keep meat free of clay and will help hold in the moisture. Yes, absolutely. That's the way they cook in the ground in Hawaii. Let's see, vegan. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Okay, guys. That's going to be about it for today. Looks like I went about 8 minutes over, but that is a-okay with me as long as all the information is covered. I lied about the test at the end. You guys all get a passing grade today because it's Friday, and that's the way I am. All right, guys. That is going to be about it. As usual, please hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. It's free and it's good for me in the stream. And yeah, stay safe. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye bye.